With the internet and social media becoming more and more prevalent, you've got people learning about new ways to make money. Forget the old 9 to 5, don't just stare at a couple graphs for a couple of hours and boom, you're winning. And that's amazing, don't get me wrong. Like being able to make money by uploading on social media or tracking various stocks and trading and things like that, it allows people to live a much more comfortable life than they would have done working their usual. Well, what does stir the pot is when you've got exploitative dickheads who don't actually have any form of morality and realize that they can leech off of the newbies. When I say newbies, these are the people that take anything at face value or are in a desperate situation. You're just scrolling on social media one day and then you see life is short. You gotta be able to enjoy every single moment. But at the same time, you gotta be willing to work like nobody else will. Wanna know how I got here? Making millions and millions and driving Bugattis everywhere? Like I didn't just sit around partying like everybody else. I was working 26 hours a day. I was working overtime that even God said, nope, let me nerf you. My mom left me. I was on the streets alone. I was grinding hard. Want to know a little bit more about how I earn money? Follow the link below. And they see that and they go, I need to get on that. I need to start making the money that he's making. But here's the issue. You're not going to be getting that. All you're going to be getting is crippling debt. Now here's the reason why, for those of you who don't actually know what a pyramid scheme is. Pyramid schemes are essentially structures, or I'd like to call them scams, in other words, that essentially leech off of people's desire to make money. So I have just hired you, the viewer, to come and learn from me how to make money. I've made millions somehow. I can teach you to do the same. But instead, no. What I teach you is a couple of motivational quotes, spouting some bullshit, blowing smoke up your ass, making you feel good about yourself. 7 months in, you are homeless. Forget trying to feed your 5 kids. No. You can barely feed yourself. But here's where I reel you back in. Here's where I keep you in my little trap. I go, you know what? Get one of your, someone your friend or your sister. Get someone to come in and join the scheme with us, and we'll give you it all for free. So you go, oh wow, okay, you know what? Fair enough. That's a good offer for me. Let me go and ask my friend to join. They're naive as fuck as well, and now you've got another fish in the pond who's trying to get money, and now the invested money is practically so much more than what they actually are going to be making. That they're suffering. Because here's the thing. A lot of these courses are ridiculously expensive. They cost $300, $400 a month. That's just over someone's food expenses for the month. And the worst thing is these guys hold these classes in the most abhorrent places. Like you'd think that if you were a millionaire, you'd be able to afford like a lecture hall or a theatre or something that can house a lot of people comfortably.
Wow.
Right? That's the type of lifestyle you want to start having. You want to start having
Yes.
ahead of time.
Years ahead of
That's
time.
what you have actually. So 3 keys to it. In order to keep on going, you gotta focus on hope. When life weighs you down, hope relieves depression.
What did you gain from that quote that suddenly just gave you this new spark of life? And you see what I mean? You've got half the morons in there sitting on the floor. Where's this millions of pounds and dollars that you're meant to be making? Couldn't you afford a better setup? Okay, but let's assume that you can afford much more expensive venues. Why the hell haven't you done it? Because these guys go on and on about being a family and keeping everybody as a unit and caring for everybody and being there for you. And when you are in debt, when you are suffering because you lost all your money to these dickheads, they will not bat an eyelid. You know what? Quick side note. I almost fell into a pyramid scheme once. I was in a situation where my friend was essentially trying to get me to join a pyramid scheme that I didn't quite know was one at the time. And I was putting it off for as long as possible, just not really saying no. Because I was kind of interested, because it did seem like the vague description he gave was somewhat okay. But then again, you know what, I didn't want to take the risk and just go into anything blind. So I started ignoring these friends' messages. Lo and behold, the sheep herder gets in contact with me and tries to get me to join his cult. When I say sheep herder, the person who's actually running the scheme, the person who got my friend, or I say friend, the friend to join in the first place. They need people to join to keep their little system going. And do you know what the worst thing is? These guys always wear the same outfit. They either have a cheap ass coat with a shirt that they're just wearing just to flex the bit of money that they're managing to make, or they're wearing a polo t-shirt that's tucked into their white chinos. The reason that I'm shaming the cost of their outfits is because you flex so hard that you make all this money. Where is it? Where's this money? If you have this much money, do you know what? It's not even entirely their fault. It's also these morons who go in and just take in anything and everything that this man even does. This guy breathes. Oh my God, he's the next Jesus. These guys are almost glorified amongst the pyramid scheme community. They're almost seen as gods in a way.
The second one is you gotta put some purpose behind it. Why are you doing this? What's the end goal? Right? Because somebody decided to build, you know how to trade. Now when you learn how to trade, you make some money, you have 2 options. Be selfish, you keep it to yourself, or be selfish. You're gonna put somebody else on, or you're gonna keep it to yourself. Right? And the problem with a lot of people when they build this business, they try to help everybody.
Yeah.
What are these guys writing down? What has he just said for you to go and go, that's right. Oh, nice. Yeah, you right. They're writing this as if they're in some sort of a lecture and they've got an assignment due in about a week. 100% motivational speeches, 0% trading. Like, these guys who take in this stuff believe that their life is a Wolf of Wall Street movie. Like, you're not special for joining this scheme, although you could argue that. You're probably going to be suffering in about a year or two with the realization of, shit, I have lost my money. Where's that guy who said, oh, I'll be there for you, I'll back you every step of the way? Where is he? No, he's gone on to the next victim.
One thing I talked about, right, was knowledge on ice. So write that down, knowledge on ice, because there's knowledge on ice and there's ignorance on fire. And everybody right now is, I want you guys to kind of like move in this business in terms of ignorance on fire. You have to be that committed to your goals or that intentional. Because every single thing right now you have access to information that could change your life in the next 3 to 6 to 9 to 12 months, whatever the case may be.
The art of waffle has been perfected. They know how to reel in an audience. Like, a lot of what this guy's just said is just meaningless BS. It sounds relevant and interesting enough to the point where people are going, And can you blame them completely? No. Anyone online with a brain will realize, why am I applying for this? What is going on? But that's why they leech on the idiots.
And right now, raise your hand in the business if you're less than a year in. Right? Everybody, you're a baby. Like, for real talk. Everybody in this is a baby right now. I'm a baby in this.
He's just admitted it. He's only been in this scheme for a year. So why the hell are you taking any notes from him? What experience does he have that is making him any more credible than you? The people sat listening to this guy have been in this scheme for just about as long as him. So surely everything that he knows, you know as well. It says, like, what are you missing? Well, I'll tell you what you're missing. A couple of brain cells. You know what? A lot of this stuff ain't even education. It's just common sense. Just look at the system that you're in. How are these people making money? And if they are, where is this money at? You've got to see some of it. Not just sitting around on cheap ass chairs in some random living room in some Airbnb. No. You get some sort of a luxury event organized for these. If you are as rich as you say.
Cynthia! What was that? Okay, so this is awesome. So everybody say awesome.
Awesome.
All right, everybody clap once. Everybody clap twice. All right.
How condescending is that? Everybody clap once. Everybody clap twice. You are getting paid like a fiddle. It almost makes me wonder, like, do these guys kind of know what's going on and are just there because they're lonely? People cannot be this thick. Common sense is common sense because it's common. Quote of the day.
The mom, she's amazing. Her story is actually very similar to mine.
Oh, fuck yes.
Which is crazy. Just goes to show your tests are a testimony for the people coming in your business.
Amen.
So with that being said, Priscilla, come on down.
Put the wrist out. Don't do it like that.
When Voldemort's trying to get you to come to the dark side. These guys are cheering like, yay, Priscilla, let's go. Come on, Priscilla, you're joining our scam. But in reality, they're just laughing at her. Ultimately, their aim isn't to keep you in the scheme forever, because that's just not possible. Eventually, people will realize, hold on a second, I'm actually losing money. They'll back out. Before they do that, they need you to keep you in as long as possible so that they can leech as much off of you, basically milking a dry cow. And then they've just got the newbies coming in, the fresh recruits. And this money that they're supposedly meant to be having, or they're flexing, where do you think it's coming from? They haven't actually made it through trading. They may have made a little bit through trading. The majority of their money, and a large sum of their money, is through leeching off of people like this. Tricking people to come into their scheme and pay monthly fees to supposedly learn about making money, which in reality is just carry on tricking people to come in. So it's a never-ending cycle. Well, can it be broken? I mean, I don't think so, because a lot of these things are kind of disguised as online courses and businesses. So in reality, there's no legitimate proof for you to go off. And it's that grey area of not lying, but just giving the twisted truth. That's where these recruiters and pyramid scheme owners get their money from. Anybody who's watching this video who thinks they might be walking into a pyramid scheme or are recommended by one of their friends, don't do it. There's better ways to make money. And if you do want to make money through trading, there's so many resources online. You can go on YouTube and watch so many videos to learn yourself without paying hundreds and hundreds a month. So with that, I say piss off to the recruiters and just do better for the people that actually buy into this course. But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.